Good morning, everyone. Namaste. I'm going to call in Archangel Michael to clear the space of any negative or lower vibrations from our mind, body, and soul, home, and hearts, placing the white light of protection around us with his blue seal. And today, guys, we're going to be reading about Unlock Your Intuition, how to accurately and reliably access your most reliable resource by Andrea Huss. And we currently are on Unlocking Your Intuition, and it states, accuracy and reliability to these two concepts are usually not associated with intuitive information. To most people's intuition is vague and inconsistent phenomenon that cannot be counted on. To make major life decisions based on intuitive information may seem risky. If you are reading this, however, you have probably experienced flashes of intuitive and insight and clarity. You may have acted on hunches or gut feelings, perhaps with mixed results. You may sometimes feel that more knowledge is waiting for you just at the edge of your consciousness. Perhaps you look at your life in hindsight and you recognize the intuitive sights that could have saved you time and difficulties on your path. But your intuition may seem like a fickle thing, inspiring you with accurate insight in one moment and leading you astray in the next. You may doubt that you truly can rely upon as a resource, or perhaps that you feel that you are not intuitively gifted. Let me put to rest any doubts that you may have about your intuitive abilities. Everyone is intuitive. Put aside any concerns that you have about being gifted in this area. Your intuition is a function of your soul self. That's your higher self. Your higher self is the one guiding you. That's your I am presence, your God source, telling you right from wrong. As you know, throughout your life, you've been guided by that. So we all have that. States, your intuition is a function of your soul itself. Since you most definitely have a soul, it just becomes a matter of learning how to access and cultivate your inherent intuitive abilities. Your intuition is as much a part of you as your arm and your legs. And just like your arms and legs, your intuition is available to you to call upon when you need it. After all, you never sit and wait for your arms or legs to move on their own accord, right? When you are walk across a room, your legs do this for you because of your intent. You know what you want, where you want to go, and your legs take you there. You do not even have to know every detail of how your muscle accomplishes this task. You simply create intention of walking across the room in your legs and your tools that accomplish this task. This book will teach you how to access intuitive knowledge that's the same sure level of dependability and accuracy as your legs respond to your intentions. Many people unfortunately only turn to their intuition when faced with uncertainty around a major life decision. It becomes the last resort when reason and logic have yielded no satisfaction solution to the issues at hand. Without any prior experience in using intuition as a tool, you may want to know that you enter into or leave a marriage or quit a career or move halfway across the country. This is a little bit like announcing that you are going to be taking up running and you are going to start with a marathon at your first race next week. Obviously, your body is not conditioned to take on such a challenge, and more than likely, the results of attempting such a race without prior training would be quite painful. Similarly, starting your intuitive journey in order to solve one of life's really big questions can lead to unhappy results. If you are in a state of mental uncertainty, emotional upheaval, and spiritual unrest is unlikely, and you will be able to truly receive accurate information when you haven't yet cultivated and trained your intuitive abilities. When you train for a marathon, you begin running only short distances. Similarly, the best place to start applying your intuition with your life is small choices where your emotional investment is not so high. 150% agree with that. I'm always trying to tell my husband to start learning and relying on it. And, you know, he kind of thinks of it as like we can only save it for those big life decisions. And I'm trying to tell him, along with working with God and your team of light, you have to start out small. Ask them to help you to find a parking space. Ask your higher self to help you to, you know, buy the right book that you want to buy. Start out with the small things. Let it grow. Let you and your higher self start to become one. And as it grows and evolves, you're going to start to learn and depend on it even more. And you'll start to get to the point where you're not going to do anything without consulting with your higher self and your God and team of light. And that's how it should be. That's how it always should have been. We've always had that intuitive feelings, but we've been taught not to rely on it. Hence, when little kids don't want to go and hug Uncle Johnny because they don't feel comfortable being around Uncle Johnny, and the mother says, go hug Uncle Johnny, and now he's forced to, you know, not rely on his intuition, which is horrible coming from a person who forensically interviewed children. I wouldn't recommend it. So always encourage your children to rely on their intuition, and that is where it's formed. And then you don't have to be an adult trying to get this figured out. So I love you all. I hope this helps, and namaste.